Hi, I'm Deborah Miller, and I'm going to be talking about Peter Singer's basic moral code. His signature phrase that he uses is, "If it is in our power to prevent something very bad from happening without sacrificing anything morally significant, we ought morally to do it." So he really focuses on the fact that suffering, death from lack of food, shelter, and medical care is bad. And so he believes that we should all be contributing money, resources to save people. And so he gives a few different stories to kind of illustrate this idea. The first one is you're walking by a pond and there's this kid drowning in it. It's really, really shallow, but the kid is drowning in it, and so you decide to go in and save the kid, and your clothes get all muddy and dirty, so you're sacrificing something, but it's insignificant compared to saving this child's life. And then he also has another one with a man that has a really fancy car, and he loves his car, and he's keeping it, all nice and clean, and so he parks it on train tracks, which is really stupid. And then there's a kid far down in the distance that he doesn't really see, and there's a train coming that's rolling down the tracks, and he could flip the switch and save the child, which would then ruin his car. And he decides, no one's around, no one sees me, I can't really see the kid, I don't really feel connected with the kid, so I'll just let the kid die and I'll have my car. So he keeps his car and he enjoys it in his life. Most people will consider that a bad thing, especially since, he did see the kid down the road. Another one is that just day-to-day people were spending money on TVs, coffee, dinner, clothes that are not, they're fashionable, not for, needing to be warm and whatnot. And he thinks that we shouldn't be spending that money to live luxuriously, but should be giving what we have in excess to people that are suffering from not having enough food or shelter or medical care. And he really thinks that distance is irrelevant, so it doesn't matter if you can see the person or not. So, it's great if you can see the person and help them, but he thinks that if there isn't that, you should be giving money or whatever it is for people far away to help them be fed and taken care of. He also criticizes this idea of charity that has been ingrained in our minds as generosity, and that we, praise people for giving money, we praise people for giving their time, but we don't think negatively of the people that don't do that. And he thinks that it should be a duty to give what we have in excess to help the poor, not as charity. And charity also makes it easier to not do it, because if you don't see people or know people around you giving money, you're not going to do it, because you're like, well, who cares? The people around me aren't doing it, why do I need to do it? I thought that his theory was thought-provoking and made me think to myself, I do buy clothes for myself, I do go out to dinner, and I spend a decent amount of money on my food, and maybe I shouldn't be. Why am I? Maybe I should be giving my money to somebody else. Another thought I had with this whole thing, though, is the not giving up anything morally significant. I think with that in mind, we all go through stages in our life, and I think that if you are barely striving to feed yourself or pay your rent, or you have debt or whatever it is, I don't think you're in the stage of life to be doing that. What good are you if you're donating money and then you need somebody else to lend you money to pay your rent, so to speak? But even within that, I have debt from school, and I still buy Starbucks coffee, I still go out to dinner, I'm still enjoying the things in life, and it does kind of make you stop and think about, am I living more luxuriously than I need to be? So I've still been kind of going through it in my head, and maybe I should be helping other people. But at the same time, I don't think we as people need to be seeking out places or people to help. I think that, well, I have a religious background. I think that God presents these situations to us through other people. So I think God places in our hearts who we are supposed to be helping with. So, I mean, I have someone in my mind, personally in my own life, that I could be helping out. So I need to think about that. Even though I have school debt, I know I can still spare some money, just not go out to dinner as much or whatever it is. I don't need these things. Is this theory realistic? In a way, no. I don't think. There's always going to be people in the world that are going to be resistant to doing that. As a realistic thing, I don't think it is something that everyone is going to jump on the horse and say, yes, let's do this. I also think that there's an issue with just giving people money to eat, not to eat the money, but giving people money without teaching them to better take care of themselves. I think it's beyond just feeding someone. And I think with some cultures, or some people, it literally is being lazy and not working hard enough. And if someone's always giving them money because they're poor, are they ever going to progress? Are they ever going to take care of themselves? And I think that's more enabling than it is helping them. And I think also it depends on the culture, but if the kid is starving because the parents are lazy, I don't think we can put it on ourselves to say, wake up tomorrow morning and be like, I probably killed someone because I didn't donate money. It's on the parents, in a sense, that they didn't step up and do their role and take care of their kid. So an example of this is my parents' church. They in Nepal have a group that they donate money to, and they have this couple, and they bring in some of the women from the streets that have been having to give into prostitution and different things to make it in their society, and they teach them. They could donate money to teach them how to sew and become a seamstress, and they can then go back out in society and take care of their family and take care of themselves and have an income. And with that, the couple that leads it are also Christians, and so they can share with them along the way their beliefs, and so it's kind of a double whammy in a sense of the mission that they're doing out there. And I think it's great because it's not just giving people food, where it's like, okay, what can we do now that is going to help them take care of themselves in the future? Because there's only so much that people can give. They have their own families to take care of. And so I think that was a good example, I think, of taking Peter Singer's step a little farther and beyond just, day-to-day donations for eating, but to help the people have a better life. So, yeah, with the upgrading of TVs and how luxurious we live, I don't know. I mean, I think that for some people that are, you can look at these people that have millions and millions of dollars and they're buying second vacation homes and whatnot. I mean, they don't really need that. Just think of how much they could be doing. So I think it's a person by person basis. I don't think you can point at someone and say that they're a bad person for getting a Starbucks coffee or going out to dinner. I think that it's more collective than just giving money or time. I think there's more to the picture, and I think that there's a lot of worry and hopelessness, helplessness, if we look at it all on us. And I can't imagine just sitting here thinking that I'm murdering someone by not donating money. And I just don't think, I think something just feels wrong for that. But I think Peter Singer makes a lot of really good points, and I would definitely be thinking about a lot of what he brought out and think about my own life and what I should do about it. So that is Peter Singer. Thanks.